Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 12 on ABAP on HANA. So this is going to be the continuation of the previous one, debugging at Eclipse tool. And today I'll walk through few options which is available in Eclipse tool. I thought of comparing with ABAP normal ABAP debugger window or editor with Eclipse tool. Then I realized we have few more options are available in Eclipse. So let's walk through what are the options available in Eclipse. Then we'll try to map with our ABAP debugger as well. Okay, so let's get into the slide first. So the options which we are going to see today are, the first one is edit the program code in the debugging session. So this is the new one for ABAPers, because in ABAP debugger session, we are not able to edit any code. We can edit the data which is available in a variable or internal table or any medium. We can edit the values of data medium, but you're not able to edit the code. But in Eclipse, that is possible. Mostly we have seen this with the web developers. While debugging itself, they used to edit their code and then save it. Okay, so same way we are able to do it, as we are having a perspective concept in Eclipse, different windows or different perspective, ABAP perspective, debugging perspective. Okay, so that allows us to edit the code, whatever the program code, and you can act toward it. So that is possible using Eclipse. And the second one, we are going to see three different breakpoints: line breakpoint, statement breakpoint, exception breakpoint. I'll go with the Eclipse terminology over here. You can easily compare with ABAP debugger as well. So line breakpoint is nothing but, if you want to trigger if you want to trigger a breakpoint session, you need at least one line breakpoint. Then you can have a breakpoint, any executable lines you can have it. So that is a line breakpoint. So breakpoint always have additional option called soft breakpoint. Okay, just keep this in mind. I will show you what is soft breakpoint. So a line breakpoint is going to keep and breakpoint any executable lines, and statement breakpoint is going to be any of your word or statement is nothing but the keywords, I can say, like if, case, select, switch. So like that, you are able to keep a statement breakpoint, depends on your need. And always remember that particular if, suppose for example, I'm going to pick a statement called select or if condition. So I'm going to use a breakpoint for the statement called if all the way in your programs. Okay, so it's not going to be happen only in your program. For the particular user, other objects also is going to be stopped. Okay, if you have a breakpoint at if condition, it's going to stop wherever particular object is having the if condition. So you have to make sure it's not going to affect other objects also, but it's user dependent. So that's well and good, right? And you have an option to enable, disable the particular statement or particular breakpoint also. And then exception breakpoint. So here it's very simple. You can have a breakpoint on a particular exceptions. Okay, so this is nothing but you can say breakpoint at statement available in ABAP debugger also. Same way it works over here as well. And soft toggle line breakpoint. So this one I want to explain along with this. So soft toggle is nothing but while debugging, you want to keep any breakpoint, meaning it's going to be enabled only in the debugging mode. Okay, and a simple example, I want to keep a soft toggle breakpoint. I'm expecting it need to be initiated the debugging session. Actually, it not. Clear? So if you have a line breakpoint, yes, if you for example, you have a program and you have a line breakpoint, if you execute it, yes, it will stop. It will enable your debugging session. But soft is not going to enable a debugging session. It will work only inside the debugging session. If the debugging is on by a line breakpoint, then soft toggle line breakpoint will work. Okay, so I will give an example for that. And the line breakpoint is in blue color, soft line breakpoint is always in green color. So differentiate these two with the colors. Conditional breakpoint, have a breakpoint and you can start writing the condition. It's same like our ABAP editor. Suppose I want to write a condition like tab index equal to 100. I'm in a loop. I want to stop the particular line in the like tab index equal to 100, or the particular sales order number. I have 1,000 lines and I want to stop only the sales order is 100, or sales order number is like 45, start with and end with 120. Yes, you are able to do it. That is nothing but a conditional breakpoint. And import and export breakpoint. So this is probably, I'm not sure whether we have it in ABAP debugger, but here we do. It's like if you want a set of breakpoints, normally we need that kind of design for debugging a standard program, normal custom complex also. So tomorrow you feel I want to continue the same debugging for tomorrow with the same object. So you don't want to remember all the breakpoints. It's very difficult. Suppose you have 15 breakpoints to analyze some issues. Then what you can do is you can import and export. Okay, so that option is available in Eclipse. You can export your breakpoints and save it in your desktop and make use of it or keep it use it in the next time. And then Watchpoint, same like our ABAP debugger, we have a Watchpoint over here also. So it depends on the value, it needs to be stopped in the particular line. Yes, you're able to set those as well. So these are the options which we are going to explore today. So we have some more, probably it might come in the next video as well. And additional point here, go to statement is equal to jump to line. Normally we have a go to statement in our ABAP editor, ABAP debugging session. So here is nothing but jump to line. So jump to line means it will automatically go to the particular line. Okay. The next one is run to line is nothing but continue to cursor in ABAP debugger. So jump to line is nothing but it won't execute whatever the lines between the lines which we are going to jump. But run to line is nothing but it will execute and exactly go to the exact line. So that is the difference between jump and run to line. Means go to statement and continue to cursor in ABAP debugging editor. The same thing is available in Eclipse also, the different name. Jump to line, it won't execute the middle of the lines, but run to line, it execute all the skipped lines and reach the exact line wherever the cursor is. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Let me get into the system. So this is my program. I have a very simple program, especially to understand the debugging options. And this is an Eclipse. So I have a subroutine, I have some if conditions, and then some manipulations, and I have some exception. It's commented currently. I hope you are aware of it. Right? Just comment a line or lines. You need to select Control Shift comma. Okay, to comment a line in Eclipse, and to remove Control Shift dot to remove the commented lines. Okay, then I have some online on the flow declaration, some if conditions. Okay, and then getting the value from EBAK. Okay, so simple program. Let's get into the options now. The first one is edit the program. Let me have a breakpoint here. Okay, so if you say right click, you have two options: toggle breakpoint, toggle soft breakpoint. Okay, so if you have a toggle breakpoint, it will enable a new debugging session, but soft it won't enable. Let me show you first. So I'll have a okay, mine is not active. Okay, let me act toward it. Let me have a toggle breakpoint in my line number 9. Okay, so if you double click, by default you will get a toggle breakpoint. I hope you're able to recognize this is a blue color. Okay, or you can do right click and toggle breakpoint, both are same. Now I'm going to execute it. So F8. This is actually I'm working with the remote system, so it will take time. Normally it won't take this much time in your normal system which you are connected with your client or customer system. It's faster. Okay, it will enable the debugging a little faster. So mine, it will take some time. So switch, I keep this option enabled, means I'm not going to select this because I want to show every time someone is seeing my video the first time, so they want to know this. That is the reason I'm not selecting this option, but for you just select it. Otherwise every time it will ask. So let me say switch. So it's going to be changed to a different perspective, debugging perspective. Okay. So now it's in debugging perspective. So you are able to see, you are able to identify which perspective you are. This is my ABAP development. This is it, debugging. It came from ABAP to debugging perspective. Okay, and it stopped. So intention is toggle breakpoint enables new debugging session. Got it. Now let me terminate this because I want to start it again. So if you want to restart, normally we have a restart option in our ABAP debugger, but here you can say just again you select, it will again restart it. Okay, so that is a way we have over in Eclipse to restart your debug session. So I'm good. I don't want that one. Let me, because I need a soft, I want to keep a soft toggle and I want to execute it, and that won't execute, that won't trigger a debugging session. So let me go here. Okay, otherwise you have an option to terminate here as well. This is a little slow. 1 second. I terminated the session. I'll show you how to do that. So let me take out this and I'm going to keep a toggle soft breakpoint. So this is green, it won't stop now. Do I have a write statement? Yeah, I do have a write statement. If I execute, so it's still, I am in ABAP mode and it's trying to execute my final output screen. It is not moved to ABAP to debugging session because I had a toggle soft breakpoint. So soft breakpoint is going to be used only within the debugging session. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my blue color toggle breakpoint first, and I will decide whenever I need a soft breakpoint. You can create a soft breakpoint either in debugging mode or in a normal ABAP mode also. But the answer is toggle soft works only within the debugging mode. Okay, so let me have let me have a toggle here. Right click toggle and right click toggle soft. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go with toggle blue and line I want toggle. Yes. So blue and green. If I execute, now it creates a debugging session because I had a toggle breakpoint, blue color. It takes some time. It just slowly move from ABAP perspective to debug perspective. So now this pop-up comes. So it's triggering a debugging session because I am having a toggle breakpoint. So now yes, I'm in a debug mode. Now if you want, you can have it here also. Right click, toggle soft breakpoint. So I have okay, because it's not execute, it should be executable statement. Okay, so here I'm trying to execute here F6 or F8. So go with line to line. I'll just press F8. Execute, and it takes some time because the subroutine I used sales VBAK select statement. It comes here, and if I execute one more time, it go and stop line number 16. Okay, so toggle soft, we are going to use it over here. And then how to edit the program? Suppose I want to edit the program now. Yes, you can do it. Just delete two, and you can activate also. So it won't reflect immediately in the current debugging session. It will reflect in the next debugging session. So depends on your debugging analysis. You can able to change the code then and there. You don't want to wait until you just come out of the debugging and you have to change it. So not like that. Okay. So that is one very big advantage if you compare to ABAP editor with Eclipse. So you can have a statement over here. Select start from. Still I'm in a debugging perspective, so if you're able to see here still, okay, and this won't be available normally. I don't sure it's available over here, and to table at data it ekk dot, okay, then you can activate it. Yep, and I'm in so FI 17. And it comes to 26. It's not stopped line number 19 because it's not recognizing the changes, whatever you are doing in the current debugging session. Okay, the changes will available only in the next fresh debugging session only. So that's why the control moved from 17 to 26, not 19. Got it? Okay, so it's not recognizing what is this IEKKO as well. So let me do it again. Means I'm restarting it. So it's a restarted session. Now if I go with F6, I want to get in the subroutine now. It's done, F6. So it's not getting to the 12 write statement because the changes whatever I have done, it's activated in the next debugging session. And here if you see, keep the cursor, it's showing now. EKK was empty. If I try to execute this, you'll get some data. So Go up, keep the cursor. Yes, 6,000 data is available. Okay, so this is about edit and act toward the code in the debugging mode itself. So next one is line breakpoint, and very important window for debugging is breakpoint design or breakpoint debug, I believe. It's currently it's available. Suppose if you're not able to see this window, go to the quick access and type breakpoint. Yeah, breakpoints. The window name is breakpoints, or they can say views is a breakpoint. Just select it. So this is the window which we are expecting at the time of debugging. Okay, so what are the breakpoints you have? Everything is available here, and these are the variable window. So local and global variable, and these are the expression window. These are the three things which is currently available. So let me go to breakpoint. We have a lot of breakpoints. Let me remove all. Yes, remove all breakpoints. It's done. Okay, so if you want a breakpoint, I'm going to have a line breakpoint. So I'm going to have a line breakpoint in line number 11. So this is called line breakpoint. Okay, so a line breakpoint means whenever you move your line, it's keep on traveling with the particular line only. Okay, so you have a breakpoint at line number 11, and if you move, automatically it moves along with that particular line only. So that is a line breakpoint. Okay, and line breakpoint means if any executable line you can keep it. Another one is, so this is the icon for breakpoints window. So once you keep a breakpoint, it will add it here. Then you can have a statement breakpoint here. Go to this particular option, breakpoints, down, add a statement breakpoint. So here if I go with if, okay, and just click continue. Sometimes it won't refresh, or just go to the expression and come to the other tab. So here you have, see, it's blue, and here I made it soft. So here it's, you have an option green, and it's a soft debugger. And I'm in 13, line number 13. I'm going to execute with F7. I'm expecting to stop by line number 30 because I made a statement breakpoint. Here it is, F7, execute. Yes, it stopped in if condition, and if I execute, it should stop on 32 and 1 equal to 2, another if condition, and then it won't, but the if condition fails, so it won't go to 33 and won't stop on if, it will come to the line number 38 because this is getting failed. So I'm going to execute this F5, and it comes to 38 because this condition got failed. Okay, so I'm good with that, and I go with F7 now. Let me full execute. So it sometimes it just get into the standard program. So let me just click F7. Just come out of this. No. Okay. So the full execution is done, and I want to see the output. So go to F7. Yes. Now what happens is, it stopped in other if condition, even in the standard program also, because if the statement breakpoint is the independent one, it's not depends on any object. So if you want to come out of that, go here, breakpoint, take out this check mark, and now execute it. F7. So because it's get into the standard, that's the reason it just come out of, I'm just pressing F7 over here. Just come out of the entire thing, and it's going to execute your code. Okay, so this is about line and statement breakpoint, and one more is exception breakpoint. So here you can add an exception breakpoint, and I already used this, a zero divide exception in my program. So select this, and it shows here data is invalid, could not. Okay, that's fine. So here I have I have added exception breakpoint cx0 divided. By default, it's come to a soft breakpoint. So let me execute mine again. So it's terminated. So this is the information, like it's fully executed means terminated the debugging session. So I'm going to execute one more time. Before that, let me uncomment my code, exception code, which I already have. Control space dot activated. Still I'm in a debugging perspective, but still I'm able to modify and activate my program and execute again. So it will again start the new debugging session. So it's executed, just come and stopped here. Let me execute fully. 7, it stopped. Okay, so because this exception happened, so that's why it stopped here. I have a breakpoint, exception breakpoint also. So there are 3 types of breakpoints in Eclipse so far. We have seen line, statement, and exception breakpoints. Okay. And here you have an option if you want to make a soft or not. So soft is nothing but it will be available, it will be enabled only in the debugging session, but they cannot launch a new one. So that's what we have seen in the initial time. Okay, what else? Next was a jump to line. Okay, let me execute this one more time. And I feel this is not required. Otherwise, every time it's going stops here. Let me comment it and activate it. Stop this. So session got terminated. So now I have some code over here. Okay, so let me have a toggle breakpoint for this one as well. So I'm going to use the go to statement and continue to cursor with the help of this statements. Okay, let me execute it. So technically in Eclipse, the thing is called jump to line. And what's the other one? So here the jump to line is nothing but go to statement, run to line is continue to cursor. So now I have a breakpoint over here and execute F7, it stops here. So the value of A is 0 currently, and let me execute one more time, F5. So the value of A is now 20. Now I don't want to execute these 2 lines, 18 and 19. So I want to ask the cursor to go to line number 21. So for that, we normally use go to statement, meaning the middle of the line should not execute. So here you have an option called run to line, and this is jump to line. Okay, so jump to line is nothing but go to statement. So I'm going to keep the cursor in 21 and execute. Now if you see the value, still it's 20. Okay, meaning it's not executed line number 18 and 19. So let me do it again. Keep the cursor, jump to line, then it reaches to 17 now. There is an arrow mark. Now I'm saying it's going to run to line. So this is the one. Run to line is but continue to cursor. So expecting this needs to be executed 18 and 19. So just click this. It's done. What's the value now? A130. So it's executed line number 18 and 19 as well. So this is the difference between run to line and jump to line. You already aware of it. So the term is different in Eclipse. And we can see conditional breakpoint. Okay. So let me have the cursor here. Jump to line number 13. Yes. Now open the breakpoint window or view, whatever it is. And I'm going to have a conditional breakpoint. Okay, better I'll go here, jump to line. Okay, get into the subroutine F5. Yeah, it's done. So now, okay, I don't have a loop statement over here. Is initial. Yeah, it's initial, it's fine. So have a loop. So loop, I'm editing it. Loop at IT sales into data WA sales. Okay. So here write WA sales hyphen VBALN and WA sales hyphen. So control space bar, it will Q. So VB type. Okay, done. Okay, let me activate it. Okay, there is no end loop. End loop, activate it. Re-trigger my debugging session, restart. Okay, I think I don't have a toggle breakpoint for this line. So jump to line, get into the subroutine. Let me have a breakpoint here. Okay, so execute. It stops here. Now go to debugging 1 and line number 47, right? So keep the cursor, so right click, you can say breakpoint properties and the condition over here. So here I'm going to give a condition either way, like site tab x equals 12. So I want to stop line number 12. Okay, so just say apply. So once you're done, you're able to see a notification or identification in your apply and close. Okay, in your breakpoint, it's not refreshing. Here you can able to see under there is a condition called C. Okay, so it denotes it's a conditional breakpoint. Now what is, okay, let me go to the variable window. Let's see what is the value of site tab x and say bar C over here. Local only this. Okay, let me add it. sy tab x is 1 now. Okay, so I'm going to do a full execution because it should stop the conditional breakpoint, right? So F7, it stopped. You can see the value is 12 now. Okay, so this way you are able to do, or if you want to make it, suppose I want to stop based on my sales condition, sales order, that also you're able to make it. So example, go to sales. So you can say my VBLN is 18366, then only how to stop. That also we can able to make it. Okay, example sales order I can take, easy to remember for me. Okay, line number 10, 18, 411 and 5 zeros. Okay, let me keep the cursor here, jump to line. Okay, so now open it. As usual I forgot. Let's see. Right click, breakpoint properties. Here I'm saying WA sales hyphen VBELN equal to within single quotes also works, and 83411, not sure. Done it. 5 zeros 83411, apply and close. Okay, let me just cross verify. Sales. Okay, 18411. I'm sorry. Go here, right click. (18.411), apply, yes, apply and close. Yes, I do have a refreshed one here. So let me execute it. F7 and it stopped. Let me check what is the value. So site tab x 10, then it's correct because the 10th line I have that particular sales order number, even if you see over here itself. So 10th line, man, 18411. Yes. Okay, so this way the conditional breakpoint works. You can have a conditional breakpoints here. And if you want to add multiple conditions, right click, breakpoint properties, you can have like and like the WA sales VB type equal to C. Excuse me, apply and close. It's not refresh, right click. Okay, so now again it should stop line number 10, jump to line and full execute. It stopped and go here. What is the site tab x 10? So multiple conditions also you are able to make it in your conditional breakpoint. Okay, then import and export breakpoint. Suppose I have this much breakpoint, I want to, okay, let me have this also. If you want to import and export, you can right click and these are the options. So export your breakpoints, then it will ask, these are the breakpoints whichever you want to do it. Okay, so I'm saying, so okay, select all and you have to browse and do the file. So I'm not able to show you the path. So I'm going to pass only that particular. It's very simple. If you click browse, you will get a pop-up window to give which folder you want to save this file. Okay. And then save it, and you can do the same thing in the import as well. Okay. Let me pass. Okay, I have successfully exported it. That is nothing but extension is bkpt is the file. That is a file. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all. If you want to remove, yes, I just got removed. Even you can refresh also, it's removed. Now I'm going to import it. So import breakpoints. So now again, it will ask browse where you want to import it, from where your file needs to be imported. So let me pass it. Wherever I saved, I'm going to get it from there. So it's done over here. It's imported successfully. That browse option I couldn't able to show you. So that is the reason. This is a way you have to do import and export your breakpoints. You can save it and whenever you want. This is a very good option because sometimes we need to continue a breakpoint the next day. So we don't want to remember all the breakpoints. So this is a very good option. And the final one is Watchpoint. So I need to create a Watchpoint. Let me do it. Watchpoint needs to be done from your variable level. So go here, let me trigger it again, right? Restart my one because I want to start from first. And then once it is started, you can go to the variable, right click, create watchpoints. Okay, so you can create a watchpoint, same like our ABAP debugger variable, work area, or your body of an internal table. So okay, now it's restarted and the first breakpoint is inside the subroutine. It stopped. Okay, I want to show you something else. Just keep the cursor. It will show you and go here and click it. So keep the window open. Otherwise, it's just gone. And you can see the values over here as well in the debugging mode. Okay. So now watch points. Okay, let me go out of this subroutine. Okay. So now go to the variables window. So which variable you want to create a watch point? So select that variable, maybe A, IT, KKO, whatever it is. Let me have A, right? Right click and set watch point. Then it will open. It's saying it's created. Don't show it again. I'm not selecting it. Okay. It creates one. Okay. Again, the refresh. Okay. Yeah. Variables. And here you will get one more options like watch points, A values. So there are two lines normally, recent and current value. So recent value is also 0, current is also 0 now. I'm going to execute fully. It's going to be F7. And whenever there is a change, it stopped. Okay. Okay. I have a toggle breakpoint. That's why it stopped. Again, I'm going to full execution. And it stopped. So here the value also gets changed. Recent value is 0 and current value is 20. Again, I'm going to execute. And one more identification you're able to see over here is under the arrow, there is a small goggle icon. It shows this is a watch point for you. And if keep the mouse over there, you'll be able to see watch point reached and the value is 20. Again, I'm going to do a full execution. Again, it stopped in the next line and there's a watch point, and here now the watch point value was 30. Normally watch point stopped once it gets changed. So technically it stopped in the next line. Okay. So now again it's going to stop because this line also going to change the value of A. So recent value is 20 means previous value. The current value is 30. Again, I'm going to do a full execution. So again, it stopped with the Google icon, glass icon. And the recent value 30 and current value 130. So this is a way you are able to keep the watch point, and you can create a watch point and you can see what are the values are getting changed for a particular medium. It can be a variable or it can be your body of internal table or work area also. So if you want to keep some values, maybe I can do one thing. So here watch. Okay, it's not into, so better I go with this. Okay, assigning, control space bar, field symbols. Okay, so here I'm going to use FS sales. Okay, and here I'm going to use FS sales. Let's write equal to some 100. No condition. So simply I want to keep a watch point for my body of an internal table. So almost all done. back toward it, again restart your debugging session. So this much time I have restarted it, so that is the inputs for you, like 5, 6, 7. It's fine, it's activated. Yes, I'm going to restart it. So I restarted it, it just come and stopped here. One additional point, sometimes there is limitations on your debugging sessions. So you'll get a message like you're not able to restart because you reached the maximum limit. That is the case, you have to close whatever the debugging we have previously opened, and again you have to start fresh. Okay, that's just for your information. And stopped here because I have the breakpoint. Let's see what is the breakpoint here. Yes, this I have a breakpoint on condition number so line number 47. So that's what it stopped here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my breakpoint. Okay, let me start from here, 45, and jump to line, and I'm going to have a watch point for my body of an internal table. Normally we don't do that, but still I'm going to do it over here. So it should be local, right click, set watch point. So it said yes, this watch point got created. So as per the condition, it should stop every time, because without any if condition, I simply modifying my body of internal table every record. Okay, so watch point. So let me, okay, watch point over here, and the recent value, it shows recent value, and you can able to open this window as attached one. Okay, so this one, yeah, restore like this. So it's very simple. So parallelly you are able to see it. Okay, so current value is this one, and recent value, and then current value. Okay, so now I'm going to do a full execution. It should stop every line. Execute. It stopped. So if you keep the cursor, it shows clearly breakpoint condition is offset 1. This is also reached. Line breakpoint also I have. Okay, I have a lot of breakpoints for this. Let's do one thing. I don't want line number 47. That's it. I want only this line. Okay, let me execute it again one more time. Okay, yeah, watch point reached. So here it mentioned very clearly watch point reached, because the first line is getting changed. Okay, so if you go here, you're able to see what is the recent value, what is the current value. This is little tricky because it's a body of an internal table. You can see the net value, right? So NETWR, so recent value, it's 0, and let's see what is the current value, means changed value. Go to the current value, record number 1, and it's 110, whatever I have made it here. Okay, so this is a way you can able to just check the watch point for any data medium, could be a variable or work area or body of an internal table. So hope this options might be useful for you while you start working with Eclipse tool for any program, and slowly start developing any simple or complex programming with Eclipse tool. So going forward, we are going to use Eclipse for more of our development. It may be your ABAP or ABAP and cloud, whatever it is. Eclipse is the most of the time we are going to use. That is the place where we are going to do all our developments. So whenever get a chance and time, please do all your developments in Eclipse itself instead of SE38 or SE37. Okay. So this might be useful for you. Just play around. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.